Hi, I'm Adam Roxby, and even though we've got nothing here, we still have unwanted guests. This is the Old Workhouse. Before we went to auction, we did obviously our research on this building, and we found out it had a little bit of a checkered past. Nothing major, just minor break-ins and a little bit of vandalism here and there. But even we were a little bit naive when we first took ownership. We thought that the first job was to remove all the boards from the windows and finally announce to the world that the Old Workhouse was finally getting some love and attention. Unfortunately, we also announced to any nerdy wells and scallywags that there might be things starting to appear here that were worth stealing. We took precautions of locking up every evening and being sure not to leave valuables in the building, but unfortunately, not long after we came here, we were broken into. They came in through the back door, which was quite unsecured at the time. We don't know how long they were here for, but they were here long enough to take a pair of cheap screwdrivers and also used our toilet facilities. In a pan, right in the middle of our living room. Over time, we had more and more incidents. Some cheap solar-powered lights were taken from our perimeter, and even one of our wheelie bins was stolen. All of these incidents were reported to the police, but we knew we had to find a more permanent and secure solution. Security is all about proportion. It's about how much you're willing to spend to protect where you live and where your family live. So for a building this size, which at the time wasn't being visited every day like it is now, we knew we had to have something pretty substantial. Having a fair bit of technical knowledge myself, I started looking at these big online electrical retailers for things like sensors, security cameras, control panels and alarm systems. I was also convinced by my father to get a quote from some local security firms as to how much it would cost for them to install the system as opposed to doing it myself. This would be good because not only would I benefit from their expertise, but I'd also be assured that the work was undertaken by a company that was approved by the National Security Inspectorate, which used to be called Knockoffs. This not only assures that the work is of good quality, but it also could have a positive influence on your home insurance. The companies we had were all pretty comparable, but there was one constant. The cost for them to install the CCTV system would have been prohibitively expensive, so I reached a compromise. I would use the professional security companies to install an alarm system, and I would use my own knowledge to install a off-the-shelf bought CCTV system. Now obviously it wouldn't be very clever or secure of me to give you a complete overview as to what system we had installed, but here's the basics. The professionally installed security system comprised of a door sensor and various motion sensors around the building, which all communicate to this central control box. If it is activated, the external alarm will sound, and also key people will be contacted by phone. For the CCTV system, we got a good deal on these high definition cameras, which also work at night. We've got 8 of these, and they're located around various points around the building. The video that's being recorded by these CCTV cameras is recording day and night on a hard drive, in a box, in a safe, which is screwed to the floor. So there's no chance of that going anywhere, because there's no point in recording all of this data if somebody can just walk off with it. So with all of these cameras covering the exterior of the building and even some covering the interior, we could all sleep a lot better at night. Cheers. It is a shame that one of the first companies we had to contact was a security company, but that's just one of the sad realities of restoring a building that has been abandoned for so many years. Jeff here was one of our first attempts at security, and I think he's done a good job. Anyway, thank you very much for watching this episode of The Old Workhouse. If you've got any questions or if you want to find links to our social media, then just head over to theoldworkhouse.tv. You can email me at governor@theoldworkhouse.tv as well. Don't forget to look at our Patreon page at patreon.com/theoldworkhouse to have a look at all the great things that you can get by being a patron of this building. And don't forget to subscribe to us on YouTube so you don't miss the next episode. We'll see you then.